Hi, it's Jim from TrekWorld, and today we're going to take a look at one of the more unusual resources for discussing the Star Trek comic book series. As a reminder, if there are items in this video that you are interested in purchasing, there will be affiliate links that you can find in the description. Additionally, please consider supporting this channel. The easiest way to do so is to press the join button on any video. For a mere 99 cents a month, it will get you access to private community messages, prioritized response to comment, exclusive live streams, and access to videos that have not been released yet to the public. Now, what makes this so unusual in its approach by Files Magazine and our buddy Edward Gross, one of the two main writers, John Peel being the other, is that it focuses not on Gold Key, it focuses on the Marvel series that was authorized right after Star Trek The Motion Picture. Now, for those of you who may remember, Star Trek The Motion Picture was licensed to Marvel, but they were only allowed to use things that actually appeared in the movie or the story for the movies. They did not gain access to the backlog that was available through Star Trek The Original Series. That one was being held in preparation of retooling and being offered to someone else. They took it away from Gold Key right around the same time that Marvel came out. If you have any videos, photos, or documents that you would like to donate to us, please feel free to send them to jim@trek-world.com or submit them via the web at submit.trek-world.com. And ironically, this book chooses to begin with the Marvel series rather than the Gold Key series, which is unfortunate because I think if they'd started with Gold Key, they probably would have sold more copies of this. And the result of this one not selling very many copies is this is volume 1 and volume 2, 3, whatever, were never done. And I think obviously, so this makes this quite a collectible, to be perfectly honest. And one of the things that I sort of like is the way that it illustrates probably my biggest complaint with the early, especially the Marvel comics and DC's first run. And that was, they were so used to being a superhero comic book that they promoted the covers, especially the individual stories, as being almost superhero stories. Okay, you know you like the video, so go ahead and do me a favor. Click that like button so that YouTube will know to show this video to more people, rather than science fiction. And here's a perfect example of that. They actually spun off the Marvel issues into 3 separate issues to cover Star Trek The Motion Picture. And this was actually offered as a separate nimbus, which makes it really probably one of the earliest graphic novels sold over the counter at your local bookstores. Each episode or each issue would basically tell you the backstory of the issue and give you a page or two of the resulting pen and ink black and white. And I'm going to show you an example of what I talk about when I look at some of these early books and think to myself, okay, this actually hurts because this is not Star Trek. It's something drawn to be Star Trek on the cover, but not indicative at all in the depiction of our heroes. There's the first drawing that was used on the cover. The cover, you can actually see Spock there in a pose that was used very heavily, especially by DC, with Superboy and Superman during that time frame, straining against the bombs. So that was obviously a throwback to that. But it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen, with probably the worst cover I've ever seen in Star Trek history. And I'm sure some of you will disagree, but Spock the Barbarian. Yeah, enough said, don't you think? So it wraps up the entire series in the book. It is a definite must-have if you're collecting, even more so if you're collecting Star Trek comic book information, because as you probably know, with the exception of Eagle Moss, it's very, very few and far between in those early years.